Introducing Blue Water Breezes Chronicles of the Crystal Coast. Hey, I'm Jay, your host of Blue Water Breezes. Join me as we unravel the stories, history, and hidden gems that make the Crystal Coast of North Carolina such a magnetic destination, attracting visitors from all over the world. From the rhythmic tides to the salty breeze, each episode is a journey into the heart of the North Carolina coast. So tune in and let the Chronicles of the Crystal Coast whisk you away to a world where every wave tells a story. Hey there, Coastal Souls. Welcome to the first episode of Blue Water Breezes Chronicles of the Crystal Coast, the podcast that takes you on a journey through the hidden gems of the Crystal Coast. I'm your host, Jay. Today we're diving into a place that's like a storybook come to life, Shackleford Banks, also known as the North Carolina island that belongs to the wild horses. If you haven't set foot on this sandy haven, you're in for a treat. Let me spin you a tale about the enchanting Shackleford Banks in North Carolina. But first, what more people are interested in are the wild horses. The horses of Shackleford Banks add a touch of magic to this coastal scenery. These horses, believed to be the descendants of Spanish Mustangs, roam freely among these pristine shores. Some of the most common questions about the Shackleford horses is who takes care of them? Is anyone looking out for them? What happens during hurricanes? We're going to answer these questions for you. The wild horses of Shackleford Banks in North Carolina are lucky to have some amazing guardians looking out for them. The Cape Lookout National Seashore, which oversees Shackleford Banks, plays a key role in their care and protection. The National Park Service, part of the U.S. Department of the Interior, works diligently to ensure their well-being and preservation of these majestic creatures. They monitor the horse population, implement conservation measures, and educate visitors about the responsible interaction with these horses. It's a dedicated team of coastal caretakers making sure these wild residents thrive in their natural habitat. Since hurricanes are more common on the Crystal Coast, we know people are worried about the horses. When the winds start to howl, the wild horses of Shackleford Banks, a bit of resilience and instinct kicks in for these coastal equine residents. During hurricanes, the horses often seek higher ground, like the dunes, to avoid storm surges and rising waters. Their natural instincts guide them to find sheltered areas, and believe it or not, they're really adept at weathering the storm. The caretakers from the Cape Lookout National Seashore keep a watchful eye during severe weather events. They trust the horses' instincts, but also step in when needed to ensure their safety. Now let's take a ride through history. Shackleford Banks has tales to tell, from pirate lore to coastal settlements. Just imagine sailors and settlers navigating these waters, leaving a legacy that's imprinted in every grain of sand. Around the 18th century, this barrier island off the Crystal Coast became a haven for pirates seeking shelter and strategic vantage points. Shackleford Banks, with its hidden coves and shifting sands, became a rendezvous for infamous buccaneers like Blackbeard and his salty crew. Now fast forward to the 20th century. Legend has it that all the wild horses of Shackleford Banks are the descendants of shipwrecked Spanish Mustangs or those left behind by early explorers. So as you can see, these horses, with a lineage as mysterious as the surrounding waters, have been roaming these shores for centuries. Whether you're walking in the footprints of the pirates or sharing the shoreline with wild horses, Shackleford Banks weaves a tale of coastal enchantment that transcends time. A place where history, horses, and sea converge. And here's a little insider tip for you visitors. Shackleford Banks is more than just horse whispers and history lessons. It's a haven for water lovers. Kayak through the marshes, try your hand at paddleboarding, and let the coastal winds guide your sails. Shackleford Banks is a paradise for bird watchers. Feathered friends dance in the skies, creating sounds that'll make your heart sing. So bring those binoculars. You won't want to miss a single winged spectacle. So whether you're a history buff, a nature enthusiast, or just someone looking for a weekend to escape, Shackleford Banks has it all. If you're looking for the perfect getaway to come see our Shackleford horses, check the show notes for the link to guide you on your way. Or you can visit us at bluewaternc.com/podcast. That's a wrap for today's episode of Blue Water Breezes Chronicles of the Crystal Coast. Do us a favor and please let us know what you think of these episodes. You can leave us a review in the podcast platform you're listening to us on. And be sure to follow the podcast so you know when new episodes are released. We hope to see you here soon, and just remember to embrace this coastal charm and let the breezes of the Crystal Coast guide your adventures.